Welcome to the LA Insider, the podcast that takes you inside the neighborhoods of Los Angeles through the voices of the people shaping them. I'm your host, Jason Anderson, a real estate agent in LA and your guide to the stories behind the city. Each week I sit down with local entrepreneurs, community leaders, and business owners to uncover what makes their corner of LA special, from hidden gems to big ideas and neighborhood-changing insights. We'll also explore the path to success that brought each of my guests to where they are today, their challenges, wins, and the lessons they've learned along the way. Whether you're exploring where to live, grow a business, or just want to understand the real LA, this show is for you. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the LA Insider. Today we're spotlighting another incredible person who's making a real impact in his industry. Let's dive into his story. Today we've got Jessper Maquindang, the founder and CEO of FamiLEAD Management Consulting, a Los Angeles-based firm helping leaders build people-centered, high-performing organizations. He's a certified executive coach and Fractional Chief People Officer. So I'm going to ask him more about what that is. Jessper has over a decade of experience in HR strategy, leadership development, and organizational culture. He has guided numerous business owners and executives across greater Los Angeles in aligning profit with purpose through effective people systems. Welcome, Jessper.
Jason, thank you for having me. Excited to join you.
Yeah, so let me start with that first question. What's a fractional people officer?
Absolutely. So when it comes to building the people systems, a lot of people see that as HR. And yes, very important component to have in a business when we're building our team. However, having a full-time HR professional can be costly. And for the ability to still have that opportunity to really improve the people side of your organization, still very valuable. And that can be found in a fractional sense where you hire someone on a more part-time basis instead of having that full HR person by your side.
Okay, I got it. Totally makes sense. And tell me first off, where'd you go to college?
Absolutely. So I did my undergrad at California State University in Northridge, and I went back to school for my master's in leadership from the University of Southern California.
USC. Oh, great. So you're familiar with my neighborhood near USC in Culver City area.
In the Southern California area, yes.
Totally. Okay, so you got your degree, you got your master's, and then how did you get into HR strategy?
Absolutely. It's very interesting. I would say essentially I fell into it just throughout my career. I was managing people and supervising employees. And along those lines, I've gained different skills in hiring, interviewing, recruitment, retention. And then over time, I've just built that experience to really develop more of an HR background. And that just came along the lines of understanding and working with that people side of an organization. So for me, I've just learned over time that in building effective businesses and companies, organizations, it really is the people that make effective, because when we look at our operations and the different systems, without the people, again, they're just processes and systems on their own, and it's the people that bring them to life.
Very, very true. People are the most valuable asset that a company can have, I think. So what are some early lessons that you learned that you're using now to build high performing teams?
Absolutely. It goes with this sense of purpose. And TEDx speaker Simon Sinek, many people have been inspired by his message, and it does ring true. It does resonate. This idea of starting with why. As a leader, when we really bring that sense of purpose, that sense of vision, and we bring that forward, and we get our team members to really see the benefit and outcome of bringing that vision to life, that can inspire people to really put their best effort forward and make things happen. And when we do expand on the dream we have for whether that's our business or for our company, and it really lights the fire for our team members, it really inspires them to really reach their full potential.
What are your like best practices for creating a strong culture in a company?
Absolutely. Some of the best practices is getting our team together and having more uh, brainstorming sessions, because it's one thing for a leader or manager to roll up their sleeves and do everything on their own. And it's another thing where managers and leaders are rolling up their sleeves alongside with their employees, alongside with their staff, and really finding ways to find solutions to any problems and issues they're having. Because if a manager is really promoting one way of doing things, it might not motivate the rest of the team. There's no buy in, there's no accountability,
Mm.
there's just no reason that they see that would really them up. On the other hand, when there is that buy in, team members will feel that sense of ownership. And when it feels like they've created an idea on their own, they'll have that energy to really help everyone grow and push that mission forward.
Yeah, that's I think that's a really great idea that you work with there. So let's dive into your work at FamiLEAD. What can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So at Family and Management Consulting, what I do is I do help those businesses improve the people side of what they're building. So that includes leadership development, where we're using different tools and assessments to get a better idea of everyone's different work styles. Because when we get a better understanding of how everyone works, we become more adaptable and can find ways to find common ground and collaborate with each other. The second part is HR strategy, where we're looking at the full employment cycle from hiring, recruiting, onboarding, training, and ensuring that those different aspects really align to the values of the business, instead of a random strategy where people are just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. We want to be more intentional about the people that we're bringing onto the team. That way we get a better aligned strategy to complete the mission and the vision of the business. And last but not least, it is the performance management, where we're looking at the outcomes, the milestones, and the goals of the business or the company, and ensuring that everyone is aligned on the same page in accomplishing what needs to be done to make the organization much more effective in completing its goals.
And what size organizations do you typically work with?
Yes, so typically I enjoy working with the smaller businesses where we're looking about 5 to 50 employees. That can include any virtual assistants or contractors if it's virtual. And what I appreciate about the small businesses is that it's an opportunity to look into the early foundations of building a culture. Because if we wait too late to build an intentional culture, again, it could lead to random chaos that could have been prevented if we had set up those processes and systems in the first place. And small businesses have the opportunity to really build on that early.
Then you have situations where somebody started their business, they thought they could do it alone, built a terrible culture, everybody's quitting. Then they bring you in to fix everything.
That's right. So for a small business owner, going from solopreneur to business owner with a team, it's a completely different strategy. Because with a solopreneur, many times you've set so many processes and uh, just different things on your own. And then when it comes time to scale and grow, it becomes more difficult to do things on your own. And when you have other team members, many entrepreneurs have a tendency to hold on to what's been working for them. But again, as we're growing our team, things become more complex and sophisticated. And we do need that opportunity to really let go and give other people the opportunity to help us grow.
What would you say are the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make when they're building their team?
Absolutely. So when it comes to building our team, two things. The first thing is, when it comes to adding team members, hiring should focus on the outcomes. There's a tendency for business owners to hire just based on the task itself. And over the long term, the business vision might not appeal to the employee, especially when a task is very specific. When we do get the opportunity to really share the value of that culture fit between the employee and the business, that's where you'll see much more alignment and much more easier to get the employee feeling motivated, inspired to do, to go above and beyond. And the second thing when we're building our team is to really empower other people to really take ownership. There's a tendency for business owners to really stick to their vision, but if the business owner is still holding on to 100% of the decisions,
Mhm.
team members are going to feel the need to keep going back to the business owners to seek approval. And over time, that's just going to delay things. But on the other hand, when business owners do empower our team members to make decisions as well, and of course, we would set the guidelines into what works and what doesn't work. But it really does take some of the burden off our shoulder and just makes life easier for everyone to work together instead of the business owner just holding on to 100% of the decisions. Because if that happens, again, uh, team members are just going to keep coming back and asking over and over, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? And that's just going to delay projects from ever happening.
Yeah, sounds like a waste of time.
Absolutely.
Let's keep going back. What would you say is one leadership shift that instantly can change how a team performs?
Absolutely. So that shift is from managing activity to leading purpose. And what I mean by that is in our day to day, it's very easy for a leader or business owner to sit back and just expect the things to get done and on a consistent basis. However, when it comes to day to day tasks, that can just overwhelm when our plate starts to fill more and more, and
Mhm.
more uh, work has to get done, more responsibilities, more tasks. It's important for a leader to really look at the larger vision, because as priorities shift, employees and team members know how to adapt instead of getting stuck into those habits over time. It reminds me of a phrase that's dangerous in company culture, and it's we've always done it that way.
Oh, yeah.
We've always done it that way. When a leader or manager is reactive and letting things slip by, that can cause some chaos. On the other hand, when leaders and managers are adaptive and employees are inspired by the purpose of the business, that's where you'll see more of the magic happening, where employees do feel more inspired about really taking everything and moving the organization forward.
What's the best way that you can get a manager to stop managing based on tasks and start managing as a leader?
That's such a great question. And I would say it is that vision and purpose, because when managers are just getting lost in that task, if there is a shift in priorities or uh, maybe some economic changes, as a leader, if a manager is holding on so tightly to task, that task might become irrelevant. It might lose its value. It might lose its impact. On the other hand, when a manager is attached to purpose, they're better able to adapt. They're better able to find new ways and new directions to getting things done that do make better sense for the business.
Sure. And then, so you said that your ideal client is like a 5 to 50 person company. How do these business owners get in touch with you to talk about your services?
Absolutely. One way is to visit my website, FamiLEADconsulting.com. Another way is to feel free to connect on LinkedIn. Love to have those conversations about leadership development, team building, company culture, personal growth, professional development. Those are conversations I absolutely enjoy.
And when they engage with you, do they typically hire you for a certain period of time, or they just have a specific like goal in mind to accomplish? How does that work?
Yes. So generally, I do have a 3-month program where I'm having different conversations each week. However, that doesn't limit the type of opportunities I can provide. So if a leader or manager has specific need, of course, we're absolutely open to those conversations.
Excellent. Excellent. We'll definitely post, at the bottom of this video, all of your contacts so people can get a hold of you and get some help, not focusing on tasks and focusing on leadership more. And as part of our discussion today, we always like to talk to you about what part of Los Angeles you're in, so you can share that with our listeners. I believe you said Santa Clarita.
Yes, I'm in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Awesome. How long have you been there?
Oh, I've been raised my entire life. So
Okay.
this is home.
Oh, great, great. So you are an expert in that area.
Yes, so I just remember growing up, just having a season pass to Six Flags for so many years. So this is home.
Definitely. And for people who don't know where Santa Clarita is, it's where Six Flags Magic Mountain is. So most people know where that is. And you're a lifelong resident. What would you say to people, or like what types of people are moving there? Like, why are people moving there, you would say?
I would think very interesting question. Santa Clarita is growing. We're just seeing more communities expand. And I would say it is a great place for families because it is away from the busy cities and it's close enough to the beach to go to Santa Monica. It's close enough to go up to the mountains where we're looking at Redwood and those areas. So I'd say it's conveniently located in the middle of just different areas. You can go to downtown LA within the same amount of time that you can get to West LA. So conveniently located to different services.
And Santa Clarita, it consists of more than one city, I believe, right? Like 3 or 4?
So there's Valencia, there's New Hall, Canyon Ventry, and Stevenson Ranch is on the side.
Okay. And I think of Canyon Country as being like maybe bigger properties.
Yes.
And it seems like you guys have a lot of new construction there too. There's a lot of building.
Oh, Santa Clarita continues to grow. It continues to expand. But that's very exciting.
Yeah, definitely exciting that people are moving there. And what places do you recommend when people are visiting from out of town that you like to take them locally?
Absolutely. So for the thrill seekers, it is Six Flags Magic Mountain because Santa Clarita is known for that.
Sure.
Also, there are new restaurants that continue to crop up. I know in Santa Clarita, they're building a yard house in Valencia. So a lot of residents are looking forward to that. But many places are continuing to grow within our community. So there is a lot to look forward to.
Yeah. So new restaurants. And there's a lot of outdoor activities, I believe, as well.
Oh, that's right. Yes, we do have MB2 that includes go-karts and mini golf. So if you'd like to take your family to those types of activities, there's an arcade as well. And I remember probably still have an axe throwing. If you're interested in those kinds of activities, great place to bring your family.
Awesome. So the neighborhood gets a thumbs up from you.
Yes, it does.
So thank you, Jasper. And thank you again for sharing with us all about your business. It's very interesting that you're helping companies to focus less on activities and focus more on the people, since they're the most important asset that a company can have. And to those of you out there, thank you for joining us and listening to Jesper's story. And if you love this conversation and want more of these types of videos, please subscribe and comment below. And it really helps the show to grow. I'm Jason, and I will see you next time on the LA Insider.
Thank you for tuning in to the LA Insider. I hope today's conversation gave you a deeper look into the people and neighborhoods that make Los Angeles so dynamic. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who loves LA just as much as you do. I'm Jason, and I'll be back next week with another inspiring guest and more stories from the heart of the city. Until then, stay curious, stay connected, and keep exploring LA.